Good morning, everybody. This is Kevin Doran. I'm the instructor for this class, and I want to personally welcome you to HRD 631, the Adult Learner. Absolutely one of my favorite classes to teach in the Adult and Higher Ed program, and I hope you find it to be the same. So what I'm going to try to do over the next probably 5 to 8 minutes is to give you an overview of Brightspace, how I tend to work on a weekly basis, how I get the information out to you, when I post it, things like that. So why don't we just dig right in? As you can see from the screen, we're in the Brightspace page. This is the course home. And to navigate up here, and I'll show you each one of these sections, because I know there's some people that are new to the class. So you come into the course site, and this is the page that you probably will land on. This is the course home. Click on that, just to ensure that we are in the right spot. Just bear with me. Okay, so you can see in here the announcement. This is the announcement I sent out to everybody. We have the course modules. We have in the navigation, you will find this out because that's one of the things I'd like everybody to do is to play around with Brightspace. See what's here. If you want to print out the syllabus, that's fine. Whatever format works best for you. So right in here, start here, welcome, navigation, my contact information, and I'll get to that in a minute. Course information, learning autobiography. Some of these are just examples. We'll talk about them more as we move forward with the class. But I have had students from prior classes say, boy, I really wish that you had posted some materials earlier on about the learning autobiography, which is really the culminating assignment at the end of the semester. Learning autobiography, we have something on here about the assignment, but also examples. Modular 1 or Module 1. This is the format that I'll be using. You'll find out that I interchangeably use the word module and week 1. If I say Module 1, it really means week 1, but oftentimes I put the both of them in there. Like you can see here, I said Module 1, week 1. Exploration project example. Don't need to do anything with that at this point. There's other materials in here, electronic reserves. A lot of times I actually put the electronic reserves, which is it's a place where all of the extra articles that I'd like you to read on a regular basis are posted. Many times I just embed them with the weekly materials, but sometimes I say, go to the electronic reserves, download the article, read the article, and then possibly post on it. But that's somewhere down the road. So once again, we're in the course home. There's a calendar in here that some of this stuff is, if the calendar really doesn't tell you what is expected of you that week, it's really telling you the assignments. That's how I set the course up with it. So everything you see over here are really the assignments in the class. Okay, some people use the course home. Oftentimes, I get feedback that most of the people go immediately to the content section. I clicked on that. You still have these same headings. You can still see the syllabus. You can see the bookmarks. These are your bookmarks, things that you want easily to access. Course schedule. The course schedule, please take a look at that. The same information is here. It's just in a little different format. So where we are is Module 1, week number 1. On a weekly basis, this is the type of format that I'd like to give everybody. There's an introduction. There's a video, and I put in here, the video will be located in here. So in the version that you receive in the announcement, the video, they are all uploaded to YouTube. So it's just like watching a YouTube video. I embed them into the materials. It's not hard. Everything can be done right from here. So please watch the video. Like I mentioned, I try to shoot for 5 to 8 minutes. Sometimes it's just impossible to get the information out there in that time, especially in week number 1. Oftentimes I run over 10 minutes. I know that's an eternity for watching a video, but there's a lot of materials that I feel like I need to get out to everybody. So what is it I'm asking you to do this week? Well, first of all, watch the video, post an introduction, and meet others in the class. So I'll show you how to do that. I'd like you to read the 2 electronic reserve articles for this week. One is by Desi Larson and Mike Brady. Mike is a retired professor in this program. Some of you may have had the pleasure of meeting and or taking a class with Mike. Desi Larson was a professor in this program about 20 years ago. These tend to be a little bit older articles, but they're still very important to read early on in the class. So I'd like you to read these articles and then post your thoughts on the weekly discussion board. So where do you find these? Well, the discussion boards, I know we have a few people that are new to the class. I will show you how you use the discussion forums. So at the bottom of all of the materials for the week, this week we're in Module 1, you have 2 discussion forums. We have first the class introductions, and I'll show you exactly how to use that. You come in here, I'm going to click on that. There is a little introduction about what I'd like you to say, do. It's really up to you. This is your opportunity to introduce yourself to our class. Any kind of materials that you want to put in here. It could be professional, it could be personal, it could be something on your love of hiking mountains, your dog, anything that you want to post with us. It does not have to be tremendously long. I always say if you could shoot for 100 to 200 words in your post, that would be it. I've had students that are excellent. They are expert posting discussion posters, and they're in the 75 to 150 word range. These are meant to be relatively quick, relatively short. So you come in here. Now you can see where it says start a new thread. I'm going to hit that. So now I'm in the screen that you're going to enter in your information. This is where you put in your introduction, or this is where you answer your post. Now, for those that have been through this, I do apologize. If you've been through this, you know how to do it. But there's some people in our class that this is their first class, and I'd like to at least show that. So enter the subject. It could be Kevin Dorn introduction. And then you write something in here. There are also ways that if you want to embed a picture, a video, there's ways that you can do that. You can add an attachment just by clicking on that. You can add that. So you might want to show us some pictures of a recent trip that you took. That is truly up to you. So you get that done and you hit post. And then you will be all set. And then you'll start seeing Kevin Dorn introduction, Lisa Smith introduction, on and on and on. And you come in here and you'll be able to click on it, view it, and respond to it. So let me go back. And that's the format that you use. If you have any trouble, please let me know. I'm going to come right into the syllabus so you can see where my contact information is. Right out of the chute, you can see what the course is about. And we're not going to get into a lot of details this week. We're going to spend more time starting next week on the actual content about what aspect of adult learners, what are the aspects of adult learners, and how do adult learners learn? We look at traditional learning theories. We look at adult learning theories. But we will have time to ease into that. So my contact information, if you have any kind of questions, please, the best way to reach me is through email. And one request that I would ask is that every time you send me an email, if you just identify in the subject line what course that you're in. So it could be HRD 631 question, then that could be it. So that way, I try to flag the emails by the course number that I'm teaching. Right now, this semester, I teach I'm a full-time faculty at USM. I do have an office in 400 Bailey Hall. If you do want to meet with me, you can please reach out. We can meet in my office in Gorham. I'm not there very often, but the plan at this point is to be there at least probably one half day every week or every other week. My experience is that people would rather meet other places. We're still right in the midst of COVID. I'm more than willing to meet with people online. We can do Zoom. We can do FaceTime. We can talk on the telephone, whatever works best for you, or we can use email to do that. So here's my contact information. There's my telephone number. I do have an office number that I will be setting up, but I didn't want to put it in there yet. If you do send me a message, you send me a voicemail, please leave. Chances are I'm not going to answer it because the whole class, your contact isn't loaded in my iPhone. So I need to know who you are and the question you have. I will call you back. I just get a lot of unwanted voice messages coming in, and oftentimes they're trying to sell me timeshare or an extended warranty. And so I generally don't pick up. If I look down at my phone and I don't see a contact, I don't answer it. So please leave a message and I will call you back. So have at the syllabus this week. Here's a concise schedule that we have. We will, like I said, next week, not this coming week, but next week, we will have an optional Zoom meeting. I record all of the Zoom meetings where I'll go through more information on the actual syllabus, how the course flows, and some of the important concepts. Another thing I do on a weekly basis, really talk about, I might give a mini lecture on the subject that we have at hand. But this course is meant to be asynchronous, meaning that all materials are online for anybody to access at any given time. I am reluctant in an asynchronous class to require Zoom meeting attendance because that kind of defeats the purpose of asynchronous. So therefore, if we do have a Zoom and it's at a time that just doesn't work that well for you, don't worry. My experience in a class with 20 people, 12 people, 6 people, I only get 2 or 3 people on a weekly basis. So these are meant to be just check-in. But what we do is I will record everything, and then the next day I post a recording of the Zoom meeting. So if you can't make it, don't worry about it. Everything is recorded. So I'm going to stop there because, as I said, I try to hit that sweet spot, 5 to 8 minutes, but I go over. And as you can see, in the first week, there's an awful lot of materials that I want to go over. I just want to, once again, formally welcome you to this class. I wish you the absolute best this semester. I look forward to meeting everybody in the class. I take teaching very seriously, and I try to spend a lot of time, or as much time as possible, connecting with everybody in the class. Yes, you're here. I am the instructor, but I learn a tremendous amount from everybody, and everybody in the class hopefully will learn a tremendous amount from each other. We are a learning community, and that's how I look at my role in the class. So welcome. Any questions, let me know. If you don't understand anything or you see something that's kind of funky online, something doesn't make sense, please don't sit there in silence. Reach out to me, because if you are having a question, chances are other people are. So good luck this semester. We'll see everybody online. And once again, welcome to the class.